Alrighty, and we are in it. So, today, I want to be doing some Vintage Cube. Now, I can only play Vintage Cube elimination drafts. So, I'd love to take Force of Will and draft a sick, powerful blue deck. Giver of Runes is a white card, and white is one of the strongest colors in Vintage Cube. And if I take it, I can basically cut white except for Gideon, which is a card I wouldn't normally play in the white deck anyway. Otherwise, I can take birds and try and cut green. Let's take the Force. Oh, I suppose I should announce to the Discord. So let's see. In this pack, I think I will take Consecrated Sphinx. Chart of Course is great. Sneak Attack is great. I mean, I probably should take Sneak Attack. Hey, Mob, how's it going? Oh, whoops. I'm in the wrong... There we go. I'm in the wrong view. Yeah, we're going to take Consecrated Sphinx. We're going to try and draft a powerful blue deck, just because that seems fun. I could have basically had free reign on a white deck or a green deck. Remand is fantastic, by the way. We've gotten 3 great blue cards in a row, which means at least the people that are passing to us are not going blue, unless they're taking even more insane blue cards, which is unlikely. Third pick Remand, though, I will take. And there's a Force Negation and a Mind's Desire and a Watery Grave. Now, Watery Grave is great if we want to play Storm. I think I'm going to take Force Negation, though. Because Force Negation just seems more important for any counter-based blue deck. Thoughtseize, Inkwell Leviathan, there's Recurring Nightmare, and Memory Jar. Memory Jar is great if we end up going the Storm route. Thoughtseize is also good if we end up going the Storm route. Blue-black is the Storm colors. We could also play Control. I think we're going to take Thoughtseize. It's just a powerful turn 1 play, and if we get like a Mox Jet or something, it could be really good. So there's a Frantic Search and there's an Underground Sea. Both of which would be important in Storm. I think Frantic Search is more important. The fixing is really nice, though. I'm not going to pass Frantic Search. Good old vodka and Coke. Speaking of vodka and Coke, hey, Sigma, how's it going? We could take Exhume and go into the secondary Reanimator color. Or the secondary Reanimator game plan, I should say. The alternative is taking Heartbeat of Spring or Sower of Temptation. Now, Sower of Temptation is not bad. It's just a control card. Heartbeat of Spring, we could go like Sultai Storm. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. I had my exit interview at work today, and it was interesting, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Wheel of Fortune or Gush? This is tough. Wheel of Fortune would mean we're playing 3 colors at a minimum. Gush, we get to stay mono blue, and we're very close to having a really strong mono blue deck. But Wheel of Fortune is a much stronger draw spell. But Gush is free. I'm going to take Gush. I think Wheel of Fortune is the actual correct pick there, but I'm not brave enough to do it. I could take Bazaar of Baghdad, but I didn't take Exhume, so I'm going to take Lotus Petal. I'm going to draft as though I'm playing Storm. Getting Mana Flare, I'm sad that I did not get to Wheel of Fortune. I guess I would take Overgrown Tomb, probably more than Boros Signet. Watery Grave came around, I'm thankful. Empty the Warrens is technically a Storm win condition. Maelstrom Pulse in the side. Kano on Storm again! Yes, Tarek. That is correct. How's it going? Oh, I discovered recently that I am a complete idiot. I know. Took long enough, right? But my little stand that I had for the webcam that I have for the Porter Cam, that webcam has extended legs. If I had a nickel for every month I subbed to you, I'd have 14 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's odd that I'd have 14 nickels. Fair enough. Okay, I'm really sad to pass Time Spiral. But I'm not going to take Time Spiral over Mox Jet. Maybe I should, because I didn't take the other draw 7. Actually, Time Spiral is probably the pick, but I'm going to take Mox Jet. It's free Storm Count, it's super powerful. Everflowing Chalice is good, and so is Bitter Blossom, but Mana Leak is more important for the deck that I'm trying to play. Wheel of Misfortune. There's a decent chance we can take Wheel of Misfortune and have a good time. Demir's Signet is good. Thassa's Oracle is probably not going to be taken by anybody else. We'll take the Signet. Seagate Stormcaller is okay. Ponder is fantastic for this deck. We're getting all the blue cards. That gives me some hope that Time Spiral comes around. If we can get High Tide Time Spiral, this deck is done. We'll just win with Empty to Warrens. It's fine. Forcing Storm? There's nothing forced about it. But good to have you, Ocean Infinity. Looking forward to Marbles. Marbles will be fun. I'll be nice and toasty drunk by then. We'll take Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon's a reasonable win condition. I don't know what that means, Sigma. Yes, we are playing Tug. I don't know if you can tell, but me saying Tug makes Porter's tail wag. You can see the shadow of his tail on the green screen. You like playing Tug? Yeah? You like playing Tug? He's having a good time. We could take Warren Power Stone. We could take Gilded Lotus. Ocean Infinity, thank you for resubscribing. Storm is always forced. I beg to differ. I will be taking Gilded Lotus. I think the extra mana is going to be necessary. And Lotus can fix for us if we are playing Grixis. Warren Power Stone's nice, and it is a lot cheaper, but I think Gilded Lotus is just better. Now, Polluted Delta is actually huge. Power Word Kill, Wandering Fumarole, Pyretic Ritual are all good in Storm, but Polluted Delta is better, especially since we have Watery Grave. Windswept Heath can get Overgrown Tomb, but that's it. Birgi is a Storm Engine, so I'll take Birgi. Shipwreck Marsh or Spell Pierce. No Time Spiral, unfortunately. Are you drinking because it's your birthday? Nope. It is not my birthday. See, I don't really like Shipwreck Marsh because in Storm, I really want to leave open the ability to High Tide, so I'm going to take Spell Pierce. The reactive counterspells are really strong. Now, Wheel of Misfortune, I would only really play if I got a burn finisher for Storm. Because, like, if I end up with, like, a Banefire as a possible Storm win condition, Wheel of Misfortune is great. The Leprechauns. Yeah, no kidding. We don't have many... Like, we could double a Thoughtseize or a Ponder with Seagate Stormcaller. We're going to take Oracle. If we get, like, a... What do you call it? Brain Freeze. We could Brain Freeze ourselves into Oracle. I'll take Bayou. Cloudskate's okay. Avenger of Zendikar is technically a thing. And I'll take Pyretic Ritual. This is going to be an interesting Storm deck. That much is for sure. I feel bad that I got the Mox Jet in the same pack as Time Spiral, because really we needed that Time Spiral. Now, Verdant Catacombs can fetch Bayou, Overgrown Tomb, Polluted Delta. Or not Polluted Delta, but Watery Grave. I'm thinking Misty Rainforest, because that also fetches Watery Grave, and we're probably going to be base islands, so I suspect we'll have more islands. I could take Dark Petition to try and find a win condition, but if we are any color, we are black the least. Portent is okay. It's kind of like another Ponder. The problem is you don't get the card right away, which is generally what you want in Storm. I think we just take the fixing. We have no cheap artifacts, so Talarian Academy and Trinket Mage are both kind of bad. We are kind of is it, so I'm going to take Dak Faden. Ignoble Hierarch is somewhat reasonable, as is Vampiric Tutor. But Dak Faden's just so good. We have no cheap artifacts. You have Mox and Signet, and we have a Lotus Petal. We don't have enough for that to work. Baral is definitely the Storm card. Ashiok is more of the control card, and there's a Seething Song. I don't think anybody will take Seething Song, and we have a couple of cheap counterspells, so I'm going to take Baral. We also have Force and Force. Dangerously close to putting up a punt. Save it. There'll be plenty across the stream, I promise. I promise, because it's a mathematical impossibility for me to avoid them. So... yeah, Seething Song should be safe. Mom, that's kind of sad. I'm sorry. I will take Repeal. Repeal's just a good card. There's High Tide. There's also a Grim Monolith. Now, I could risk not getting High Tide and take Grim Monolith, but we don't have that many things that Grim Monolith is beneficial to have. I'm hoping to wheel Rakdos' return out of this pack. Who else is taking High Tide? So, somebody else took Time Spiral, so the odds that they take a High Tide is massively increased. I also have not seen Tendrils or Brain Freeze, so it's possible that somebody else is drafting Storm. There's almost always a person drafting Storm. It is probably the best deck if you get the cards and are in the open lane. So, I mean, like, I'm not going to fault anybody for doing it, but... Treasure Cruise... I mean, we have Frantic Search. We have a couple of things that will help fill the grave for a Treasure Cruise. Time Warp is probably stronger. I have a couple of fetch lands. I have a Lotus Petal. I don't have any way to buy back the graveyard. We have some free counter spells. This is kind of tough. Yeah, Old Border Treasure Cruise actually does look pretty sweet. Unban and Modern, never. Guaranteed. We'll try and wheel Time Warp. We'll take Treasure Cruise. Oh, there's Yogg-Will. Kind of sad it's in the same pack as Muldrifter and Electromancer, but something should come around for us. We will take Yawgmoth's Will. Opposition, Upheaval, and Dismember. Now, Opposition's kind of funny because I have Empty the Warrens, but that's a really unlikely combo. We don't have quite enough artifact mana for Upheaval to be good. I think we take Dismember here because we're going to need ways to kill Thalia and associated storm hate creatures. Dark Petition came around, which is good. The problem is we're not... Well, I guess I have the supporting fixing. I was going to say, we don't really have a lot of... Yeah, I guess I have to take Dark Petition. Practically Dismember. Nice. We have no creature. I guess I can Trinket Mage for Mox Jet. And Lotus Petal. Alright, we'll take Trinket Mage. Fallen Shinobi's better, but I have, like, no creatures that I'm willing to... Okay, I have High Tide Palinchron, which is Infinite Storm. The problem is the only Storm card I have to win with is Empty, which is not an immediate win the game. I also have no burn spells to finish off the game with. I will take Palinchron. Citadel. Citadel's strong. Yeah, we'll take Citadel. Rakdos' return. There's the burn win. I'll take a Deserted Beach, but I'm not playing it. I'll take a Raging Ravine, but I'm not playing it. Value Shinobi. Yeah, I'm never going to hardcast Shinobi, though. Okay. So Mox Jet's actually a land. We have no reason to run green, so Bayou is out, as is Overgrown Tomb. We are going to play Misty Rainforest because Misty Rainforest fills the grave for Cruz. So those are the 4 lands we're playing. Okay. Problem is I had to miss like several draw 7s to make this deck work. We have a Polluted Delta, and we have 2 fetch lands to get it, and we have a Mox Jet, which means our black mana is not that difficult to get. The problem is Citadel is going to be basically uncastable, and Petition is not really that great. It's good, but it's not great. I'm probably not playing Sower or Cloud Skate. Both of those are reasonable, but not great. I have great protection with Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce, Remand, and Mana Leak, along with Force Negation, Force of Will. We have some onboard removal with Dismember. Mana Flare is a lot of extra mana. Some good card draw. Palancron might be overkill. Oracle is definitely not playable because we can't Brain Freeze ourselves and we're not going to be drawing enough cards. Birgi might actually be better than Mana Flare. But I mean, I guess there's no reason I can't play both. I actually think Pyretic Ritual is kind of bad. Trinket Mage isn't really providing enough value. Not as compared to the other cards we're still playing. Hey, Mixum. How's it going? Tarek. I feel like I need to cut a red card. Let me reread Wheel of Misfortune. So if you pick the higher number, you take that much damage, discard your hand, and draw 7 cards, but it's only you. I'm going to cut Consecrated Sphinx. It's really stupid strong. But the problem is I feel like I'm actually going to have to go all in on a combo here. I don't have any land untapping, so I actually shouldn't be playing Mana Flare. I mean, I guess I have Frantic Search, but it's literally only Frantic Search and then maybe replaying an island off Gush. That just tells me I don't have enough mana to Storm. This deck is awful. What am I doing? Cut Palancron? I guess I have High Tide, but... Between 2 players, each player who didn't choose the lowest number. So in order to wheel, you have to pay the most in 2-player. Oh, Palancron to untap. I guess maybe I should be playing Mana Flare. Typhoon's a mono blue win condition. Like, it's not just a cycle here. It's actually reasonable to cast it and then cast a few spells and win off of that. I need to cut 3 cards still. I might be able to cut, like, a Spell Pierce or one of my reactive spells. Like Force Negation, Force of Will. Maybe I can cut Force Negation. Because I do have Force Will, and I do have a lot of cheap counter spells. And Force Negation specifically has to be exiled on my opponent's turn, whereas Force of Will can be used for Storm Count. And it's not like, you know, I got plenty of protection with Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce, Remand, Mana Leak. Dismember is my only onboard kill spell. I guess I technically have Repeal, but Repeal draws a card and... Yeah, okay. I think my worst card is Dark Petition. I'm going to cut Dark Petition. Oh, I need a lot of... Okay, there we go. Let's have 3 mountains. I technically have 16 mana sources. Alright, let's do this. Oh, gosh. Okay, yes, so this is a... This is an elimination draft. Thanks, Mav. That's a very kind sentiment. I appreciate it. See you later. So yeah, we have to wait for everybody else to be done building their deck. Everybody was waiting on me. I was the one taking the longest. Back to the drafting pool after game 1? I might be. We'll see. Alright, kind of like this. In terms of hands, there's definitely worse we could have. Bomat Courier. Okay. Opponent exiles their top card. We untap. We draw a Mana Leak. Okay, I'm not going to do anything. I'm actually just going to pass. I could have pondered, but I want to get Watery Grave, and if they're playing mono red or red white, I don't want to take extra damage. Red white. If this is Thalia, I absolutely should have Thoughtseized. Okay, is Shield Breaker. I'm not too worried about a Shield Breaker. They attack for 1. I'm not used to pod drafting. I forgot you can hate draft in pod drafting. Where we untap, we draw Dak Faden, play an island, pass the turn, leave up Remand, Mana Leak. We are taking a minimum of 3 damage a turn. Thank you for setting up the prediction. Opponent plays Caracas. Goes to combat. Attacks for 3. It's the only thing right now is elimination drafts for Vintage Cube. Okay, opponent does nothing. We untap. We draw Force of Will. Play Misty. Crack Misty. Get an island. Ponder. Wow, these cards are actually kind of bad. I'm going to shuffle. Can we draw an island? Island's good. I could steal Courier if for some reason they were to tap out. That would actually be pretty funny. But I can't take the cards from Courier. I could add them to my opponent's hand by discarding mine, but that would be terrible. I might have to pitch Faden to Force of Will. I am sorry to hear that, Sissia, but there will probably be no storm here. So you're not missing much if you miss anything. This is a terrible storm deck. I shouldn't have drafted this. Alright, opponent goes to combat. Attacks for 3. Take 3, go to 10. Kano versus Fun Police. It's usually the other way around. Usually Kano is the fun police. Hey, Thesis Research, how's it going? Oh, man. I played WoW during Mists of Pandaria, and it was fun. But then I stopped. We draw a Gilded Lotus, which is not terrible, I'm guessing. There's no reason to Thoughtseize. Let's just pass. Yeah, that's what made me not do it, was the fact that it was like, oh, my opponent can just dump their hand and get 4 new cards. Being incinerated. Well, that's Mana Leak. I don't want to be burned. To be fair, I don't think my opponent knows that I'm playing Storm. No reason to Thoughtseize. What has that ever been said before? Good point. Opponent plays a land. They're going to Hellrider me, and I'm going to Remand. We draw a Repeal. Opponent goes to combat. How's Shared Fate going? I have not looked at it since I had you build the deck. I'll be completely honest. I just had my exit interview at work today. So still doing a couple of things on that front. Door to Nothingness? That's another thing for another day. Door decks are fun, though. Okay, we draw a Frantic Search. Alright, let's pass the turn. We're going to try and delay for one more turn. I actually played Door to Nothingness in Standard for a little bit. Oh, you guys aren't keeping me down. This is kind of my respite from dealing with other stuff. Opponent plays a Plateau. Here comes the Hellrider. And Force. Getting rid of Dak Faden. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks for 3. I'm going to go ahead and repeal the Shield Breaker because I really want to draw a card here. I'm kind of hoping to draw High Tide. Okay, get a return. Opponent hits us for 1, we go to 5. I'm assuming they'll replay Shield Breaker. Chain Lightning my face. I might actually just be dead. See? This is why we didn't Thoughtseize. Opponent's holding Shield Breaker 1 unknown. They played a land this turn, so they can't just crack Courier and draw a burn spell. Thankfully. Alright, they're passing. We untap. We draw a Yogg-Will. Okay, we have no choice but to Frantic Search now. Spell Pierce and Treasure Cruise. Spell Pierce is not going to be useful. So we're going to drop Spell Pierce. We're going to drop Palancron. Oh, actually, I should have discarded Thoughtseize. Okay, let's cruise. Getting rid of all of the reactive spells we aren't going to be able to flash back. Ancestral Recall. I could just die to shock. Triple Island. Alright, yeah. It's, I mean, what's the odds that my red-white player opponent does not have 1 point of burn in, like, 9 cards? I think it's 0%, but let's test that theory. I should have discarded Thoughtseize and not Palancron. That might actually lose me the game. That's what I get for drinking alcohol. Don't do drugs, kids. Should have Thoughtseize to reveal their hand before game 2. We know half of their hand. It's Embereth Shieldbreaker. So it would only get us 1 card worth of information. In theory, we learn more by doing this. In theory. Because if they discard the Bombat Courier to find 1 point of burn, we get to find 2 cards versus just 1. Alright, and Koth will be lethal. So let's go ahead and scoop. Go to game 2. So our opponent is mono red, effectively. Do I change anything? I could play Force Negation. I don't think that's what I want to do. It does mean that Wheel of Misfortune as a draw 7 is like extra bad. Maybe I should play Consecrated Sphinx over Palancron? I don't know. I'm just going to run it back. Kano's advocating for learning more. Hey, knowing the correct decision and performing the correct decision are two different things. Were you struggling for red mana? Not really. Like, it would have been nice, but the only thing that stopped us from casting was Dak Faden. I mean, I guess technically Rakdos' return, but, like, we didn't draw a land for a couple of turns. And if we drawn any land, we could have played Gilded Lotus, which is a red source. So, like, we would have been fine. I think we're playing the appropriate amount of red mana. Between 3 mountains, a Lotus Petal, and Gilded Lotus. I think that's enough. Okay, this is really tasty. I poured a bunch of vodka into some Coca-Cola, and I put a tiny little splash of butterscotch liquor on the top, and delicious. I can't remember where I got butterscotch liquor. Cruz and Will in the same deck? Yeah. It's not actually that bad. This deck has a lot of reactive spells with mana leaks and spell pierce and stuff like that. So between those and the fetch lands, you can just exile those to Treasure Cruise. We also have Frantic Search, so we can kind of fill the grave a little bit faster. There's a lot of stuff you can't will back easily, so it's reasonable to just get rid of it. This deck is not the optimum Storm deck, though, by far, so do not use this as a guide. I would like to play first. I will keep. I'm sorry to hear that, Mixum. That is quite sad. Also glad to have you, Geeky Jackson. I just realized that you're a new chatter. Play an island, pass the turn. Hey, Sad Steve, I'm drinking vodka and Coca-Cola with a tiny splash of butterscotch liquor, and oh, it's delicious. Absolutely okay. Opponent leads on Thraben Inspector. That's fine. We untap. Draw an island. Play Baral. Pass the turn. So, I mean, like... I gotta mute my notifications on my phone because it's actually irritating me. All right. You're a good boy, Porter. Good boy. A Moscow Mule sounds good. I was actually thinking about making one earlier today, but I'm out of ginger beer. They can bounce Baral. That's fine. They're not going to do that this early, and it's not going to be absolutely critical, I don't think. We don't have anything in our hand that Baral really reduces the cost of. I mean, we have Empty the Warrens, but if we end up getting Frantic Search or something like that, because we have High Tide, we're going to have so much mana anyway. If it makes my opponent think, then it's worth it. Moscow Mule or Kentucky Mule? It depends on the whiskey. What whiskey are you putting in it? Okay, this means they're at least not drawing another card. So I'm just going to replay Baral. Beer. Oh, man. I'm trying to remember. So I used to go to... There's a little bar in Salt Lake that I used to go to in the before times. And I would occasionally get a Kentucky Mule, and I cannot for the life of me remember what whiskey they used, but it was delicious. It wasn't anything special either. It was just like whatever their combination of environmental factors were made it delicious. I mean, Moscow Mule's not bad. I have Force of Will. I should not be F6'd. They're going to bounce Baral again at sorcery speed. Yeah, sure. Quick turn off auto yields. Oh, God. I should make Kano merch that's just a giant F6. The number of times that's, yes, BC. That is what I mean by the before times. Kano punting a football. I actually had a good... I've got an idea for a meme that is practically zero effort to make, and so I'm going to do it. Let's see. We get a Rakdos' return. That's good. Play a Mountain. Play Dak Faden. And I think what we're going to do is plus to go looting. I could steal a clue token just to draw a card, but... Yeah, exactly, Tarek. I don't think that's good. But it is fun. So let's go looting. If I could get, like, land Gilded Lotus, I actually think that would be the best. Okay, Ponder's not bad. I think I'm going to get rid of Baral, and I'm going to get rid of Force. We're going to go ahead and Ponder. I do want Gilded Lotus, but I don't want to draw 2 lands. Dak Faden, in theory, survives, but I don't think I can rely on that. So what we're going to do is shuffle. We shuffled and drew Gilded Lotus. Like a god. Alright, pass the turn. Isn't the goal to have fun over winning? I mean, yeah, technically. Never didn't always have it, absolutely. That's the Tron luck coming through right there. Top decking like a god. I actually don't think we had a better top deck either. Opponent plays Koth. So Dak Faden, unfortunately, is not long for this world. I mean, that's a really sad way to go. You're the greatest thief in the multiverse, and some guy with lava flowing through his veins smacks you with a mountain and kills you. We draw Gush, which is actually good because I'm going to Storm this turn. So let's play a Mox Jet. High Tide. Float mana. Pick up our islands, draw 2 cards. Play an island. Cast Gilded Lotus. It's better than how he actually died. Your eyes got wild? I didn't notice. Could wheel to force them to outbid me. Problem is I don't have enough red mana. Unless I give up on casting Rakdos' return. Which I could do as like an alternative. I could just Rakdos' return for a lot next turn. Because High Tide's only going to give me like 1 more mana. I can dismember and empty. I think that's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to dismember the Embereth Shieldbreaker and cast Empty the Warrens. Actually, this is... They only have 4 cards in hand, but they have a decent board state. I could Rakdos' return. Actually, yeah. I shouldn't be trying to get cute. Let's go ahead and dismember. Like, this is a non-zero amount of goblins. This is a very, very non-zero amount of goblins. Oh, I technically had 1 more mana than I thought I did. But this is still fine. I could Wheel of Misfortune for like one, like offer to pay 1 life. That's Globlins. Yeah, that's about how I feel right now. That's Globlins right there. I love it. I absolutely adore that. All right, 3 mana. Opponent's got. Is this a Pyroclasm? Is this an Anger of the Gods? Elite Spellbinder. How dare you, sir? How absolutely dare you? Force the opponent to outbid you. I mean, it's not a bad plan. I think it might actually work. Yeah, but return only costs 2 more mana. So, like, they preventing 2 damage if they take that. On the other hand, if they take Wheel of Misfortune... Actually, if they take return, I can cast Wheel of Misfortune, bid almost all of my life, and still have return and exile to cast. So this is not actually as bad as it looks. It's kind of exciting, actually. God, what is this lighting? I just realized I have like a really warm light on this side and a really, really cool light on this side. So I've got like this weird, like, fire and ice look going on right now. Chain lightning my face? That's rude. Kano of fire and ice. Better than Season 8. Oh no. Animating a mountain? You can't do that. That's rude. Opponent attacks for 4. Yeah, I will chump. We untap and draw Mana Flare. Yeah, that, like, doubles our mana, doesn't it? Play an island. So if I pay 3 mana for Mana Flare, that gives me 4 mana. Then I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total mana, which is 5 damage. So I can't kill them this turn. They can ping me for 2 with cost alt. And I can Wheel of Misfortune and bid like 1 life this turn if I wanted. Let's go to combat. I'm going to attack with everything at my opponent and leave back, I think, 3 goblins should be sufficient. So we'll attack them for 8. Opponent is not going to block. I could Wheel of Misfortune, but that would draw them a bunch of cards. Because I'm not going to bid very much. I'm going to bid like 2 life. And I can save Mana Flare for next turn. Alright, let's do it. D&D teen, welcome. How's it going? I should have bid 1, because 2 actually puts me into double bolt range. Now my opponent's really going to have to activate their almond to figure this one out. By almond, I mean brain. Oh, gosh. I don't mean to imply my opponent is dumb with that statement. I think my opponent bid 5 life. That's reasonable. Pass the turn. Because my opponent is the person who drafted the reasonable deck in this situation, elaborating on the previous point. This is Magic the Gathering Online. This is the less favorable client that Wizards supports. It is the older client. It's been around forever, but it lets you play Commander and it lets you play Modern. So I can take 3 damage here. If it isn't the long-lost reverse stream sniper, Kano himself. Dry Bomber, how's it going? It's been a long time since I've seen you. Reverse stream sniper? What are you talking about? Broadcasting myself so that other people have an easier time winning the game? Kano 47. Well, I'm at 2. There's a really good chance I'm dead. Like an extremely good chance. Oh yeah, no, never mind. My opponent can just ping me with their mountains. All the assassinations I've put out on opponents. Alright. Well, you know what that does? All that does is give me a chance to draft a better deck, alright? Dude, I totally get that. Like, I've been in a situation that's similar. It's, I would describe it as practically completely unreasonable, but I am switching jobs. So, Moto's the boomer version of MTG Arena. It's also the better version, in my opinion, because you can sell your cards after the fact and get out for money. Hey, I totally get that too. I have not been having as much fun with Modern as I used to. Like, I used to be able to play a lot more jank and have it be viable. But, I mean, the nature of the game is changing. So... Oh, that's right. Do you guys need me to close the prediction? Or, Sigma, did you open it? Are you able to close it? Thank you, Sigma. Cube is by far the best way to play Magic. Your 1.1k points of getting a Bluetron League from me. That's reasonable. I've got to do a Shared Fate League with Mixum. Or for Mixum. I also have to do Mixum's Patreon deck redemption. And I'm waiting to hear back for the other patron. Oh, the draft's starting. Hang on. Alright. Alrighty then. So, I think Chrome Mox is the best card out of this pack. Hang on, I'm going to shut off the Porter Cam for a minute so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Mad keen for Bluetron. Once Adnaz got banned, it's your only jam. Problem with Bluetron is the counter spells are kind of bad right now. Yeah, no, it's not the same deck. I agree. I think Chrome Mox is the pick. It goes in the most decks. It sets up for the Tinker, and if we wheel Colossus, it will be fantastic. Yeah, no, I'll be good. Like, this weekend is probably going to end up being my least busy weekend for a while, so... No way it wheels? We'll find out. I think Chromox goes in the most decks. Colossus really only goes in, like, 2. Okay. Alright. Thalia is the best card in this pack, bar none. If I take Thalia, the best way to build a deck to win is to turn 1 Thalia as often as possible. Jace is not actually that good. Believe me. In Vintage Cube, Jace is not the best thing you can be doing. And it goes in a very narrow selection of decks. Thalia is the only white card in this pack, and it gives me the opportunity to cut white. because the person in the pack prior to this did not take a white card, because if they did, they would have taken Thalia. I don't like drafting green, so I'm taking Thalia. All right. What is Intrepid Adversary? It's a 2-mana 3/1 lifelink. Enters battlefield, you can pay... It's a Stormwind Con. You may pay white, colorless any number of times. When you pay this cost 1 more times, put that many Valor counters. Creatures you control get +1/+1 for each Valor counter on it. Okay, this is an aggressive rate. This is an early Academy and an early Time Spiral. I think we still take Intrepid Adversary. I think this is the opportunity for us to play white and actually win this draft. So I'm going to take Intrepid Adversary. Okay, this is actually tough. Mentor, Swords to Plowshares, and Walking Ballista. If we're playing white, Mentor is... Time Spiral is a fantastic card, by the way. I love Time Spiral. I absolutely see why it's one of your favorite cards. Everybody says Swords. Yeah, I think the pick is Swords is what I was going to say, because Mentor, if we're playing the mono white deck, we're probably not playing that many instants of sorceries. One of the instants we are playing is Swords, so I will take Swords. Hollow Blade's really the only pick for us here. Generally, if we're going to play white, we're going to pair red with it. We might pair black. So like Inquisition or Grim Lavamancer are partial considerations, but Hollow Blade is better for this deck in general. Okay, Skyclave Apparition's actually fantastic. You have to have removal for a cheated out top end creature. Yeah, that's true. So like Swords is probably the best removal in this format. I'm going to take Skyclave Apparition because this is an answer to a lot of the... Like, this kills Mana Crypt and gives them nothing, as an example. So I'm going to take Apparition. There's not really a consideration there. White-green. Questing Beast and Scavenging Ooze are really good green cards. But if you can stay monocolored and you, like, turn off Wasteland, it's really, really powerful. Because then you don't have to worry about fixing. So Honor of the Pure will almost certainly wheel. No one should be taking this card but me. So I'm going to take Student. It's not the greatest white 1-drop, but it's actually better than it seems. So we have 3 good picks here. We have Stonecoil Serpent, Sword of Fire and Ice, and Adanto Vanguard. Adanto Vanguard should wheel. Stonecoil Serpent can go in the Artifact deck. I'm actually going to take Swords. Because the Sword, if we end up getting Stoneforge Mystic, is really good. It gives us card advantage. It's really powerful. Nobody's going to take Baneslayer. Beast Within I don't like. I'm going to take Inspiring Vantage on the off chance I actually need red fixing. Because like if I get Lightning Bolts and stuff, I will play them. Faithless Looting. But I'm probably not playing it. Finks is good if I come up against mono red. It's better than Light Up the Stage. Oh, I'm not getting it? Oh, whatever. I lost count, okay? You can't blame me. There is alcohol flowing through my veins. I'll take Concealed Courtyard. A Direfleet Daredevil's not that great. Grim Lavamancer's okay. I'll put it in the side. Leave that open. I would play Steamkin over Heartbeat of Spring. Cheers to alcohol. Is Oko still in the cube? I have no idea. There's Honor of the Pure. I knew it. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this, but the best Time Walk deck is blue-white, and it only plays blue for Time Walk and like Recall if it gets it. We are taking Time Walk. 100% Time Walk. Power 9 all day. Okay, how the hell am I supposed to pick in this pack? There's Armageddon, Strip Mine, and Mom. Elish Norn. We'd never play Elish Norn. It also plays Gitaxian Probe. That's true. It actually would. Okay. The best card in this pack for us is Mom. Strip Mine is the least likely to wheel and also contributes to the game plan. Armageddon will come around. I'm taking Strip Mine. I'm taking Strip Mine because we have Thalia. Okay. Mom should come around. Nobody else should be in white. I'm going to take Tundra because any fetch land gets us to Time Walk really, really easily. Mystical Tutor for Time Walk is also reasonable. Balance should come around. I'm going to take the Tundra here. I know there are a lot of people who disagree with that, but that's okay. Flicker Wisp is fantastic for us. Metamorph would be fine. We need to be picking the fixing a little bit higher. Big Chad and Jace. Like, Jace is okay, especially with Time Walk, but not in this particular deck. Giver of Runes. Giver of Runes. We found our mom. It's not as good as Mom. It's Mom Light. It's like Big Sister. There's Tinker. We could have had Blightsteel Tinker. Stepmom. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to be taking Containment Priest. Actually, hang on. Containment Priest or Medium Chad? What do you guys think? Containment Priest or Medium Chad? I'm leaning towards Medium Chad. Gids? Priest? Tinker? I'm not taking Tinker. Someone already took Blightsteel. Yeah, if Mom comes around, we're set. We're set. That's multiple votes for Chad. We're going to take Chad. May his magnificent pectorals protect us. Wow, almost none of these cards are good for us. Elspeth Conquers Death technically is the most playable. I'll take it. I don't know if I'm going to play it. Okay, Saga is decent because we have Chrome Mox. But there's Baby Chad. And we are aggressive. We do need more 1-drops than we have. Copter's okay. I'm going to take Baby Chad here. Okay, so Figure of Destiny, Archangel Avacyn, or Face Fetters. I think the answer is Figure of Destiny for the 1-drop reason previously stated. Fate's Fetters is decent removal, but I don't want to go that high up on the curve. Oh my god, she came around. Mom and stepmom are working together. Random white 3/2 for 2. Giga Chad. Giga Chad Jura. Yeah, I could have taken Tutor there. I absolutely probably should have. The legendary Chadtron. We do have Chadtron! By our powers united, we are the senior football team. I guess out of these, I'm most likely to play Pod, but I'm also not going to play Pod. Courier. Where's Blackblade? How is blue so open that no one wanted Tutor on the wheel? I'm hoping we get a couple of fetch lands because of that. Because, like, if I just splash, like... If I just get, like, Flooded Strand, Tundra, Time Walk, that's good enough. Like... Any white fetch land is perfect fixing for us. Okay. Oh. We can have opposition. I know it's double blue, but if we prioritize blue fixing... Blue-white opposition with Thalia, Time Walk, Strip Mine. That's where I want to be. Delta's good, but it's not a white fetch land. We want white fetch lands. It's a blue fetch land, and it's super good. I'm going to take opposition, because that will win games absolutely by itself. Selfless Spirit's definitely the pick out of this pack. Cloudskate's okay. It can kind of tax our opponent's mana, but we are primary white. Arid Mesa. That's the white fetch land I was looking for. Cave of the Frost Dragon's fine. Factor Fiction's good, but Factor Fiction's better in other decks. This is definitely a Mesa pick. There's our fetch land. That's what we're looking for. Okay, Oust, Sun Titan. Deluge is going to be too heavy blue. Leviathan for Tinker. Dimir Signet. Orb. I am not a big fan of Orb. I think Oust is the pick. I think it's Oust. I really think it's Oust. Orb is hilarious, yes, but Oust is, I think, the pick here. Oh, God, there's Path and Legionnaire. We could have Path, Swords, Oust, and just never have a problem. Like, what are they going to do? Combo me to death? Tithe Taker. There's Port. I'm thinking Port here. Yeah, I'm hoping for Legionnaire. Yeah, I think it's Port as well. Port's one of the only versions of that effect. Okay, so there's Loyal Warhound or Banishing Light, and I don't think we're going to need Banishing Light. Venser's good, but I don't really want to go that heavy into blue. I think we take the Warhound, because Warhound can actually go and get Tundra. Unless it says Basic Planes. It doesn't say Basic Planes. It does say Basic Planes. Okay, never mind. I lied. Leon and Relic Warder. Nykthos does not provide enough benefit, and we don't have a mana sink for it. Kano has to make cuts to make this deck. Oh, gosh, don't remind me. We're not playing Helix. We could play Linvala, so I'm going to take Linvala. I may not be able to play Opposition. Cloudskate's okay. Cave of the Frost Dragon or Adeline? Adeline's good, and we are basically mono white. I'm thinking the 3-drop. We'll take the 3-drop. Sure, I'll take a Sun Titan. Legionnaire is fantastic. Tithe Taker's great. And Nykthos we're not playing. I see the argument for Manland. I'm not going to say you guys are wrong. In fact, you'll have infinite opportunities to prove that you are right as I play and blunder with this deck. Let's see. Group creatures separately. What are we dealing with here? Okay. I don't think I'm playing Cloudskate. I don't think I'm playing Sun Titan. This is not Vintage, though. This is Vintage Cube, and Manlands are actually reasonable. Cut Sword. Sword stays. Absolutely Sword stays. Yeah, Elspeth Conquers Death's coming out. 5-mana Chad's coming out. Opposition, I don't have enough fixing to really support. It would be incredibly powerful if I did, but I don't think I'm going to be able to play it in almost any scenario. I have a few too many 2-drops, of which I can probably cut one. Finks I'm going to cut and only play in the burn matchup. I don't actually like Linvala. The red-white 1-drop's reasonable. I'm actually thinking... we cut Path. We have Swords and we have Oust. Both of which are fantastic. All of our creatures are white, so I actually really like Honor of the Pure. Check 2. Linval is perfect for pitching to Chrome Mox. Well, you got me there. So the only reason I'm thinking about cutting Path over the other ones is because we have so much mana denial in this deck. 11 planes, let's go. Or 12 planes, let's go. This deck actually is about as good as you can get for, no, Student I actually like. I like Student more than Path here. We need to be able to get onto the board turn 1, and I like our number of 1-drops a lot. Student and Figure of Destiny are both scalable 1-drop threats as well, which I think makes them better than usual. Legionnaire? Legionnaire is probably the best card in this deck. Behind Thalia and Time Walk. So it's the bronze medal. Alright. Sigma, do you have a prediction? Can you set up another prediction, please? If not, I can. Everybody wants to get onto the board turn 1, but no one wants to jump onto the table. Hey, that's just because the table won't take my weight. Think. Legionnaire is like the #1 aggressive creature in Vintage Cube. It goes in any aggressive deck because you can pay Phyrexian mana for it, and it's not bad in control either as like a Stonewall for aggro because of the first strike. I'll be honest, I do not miss playing against that card in Standard. So you're right, but have you met Ragavan? Sigma, can you remind me what the command to time out a person is? This is totally unrelated to anything going on in chat. Okay, so I have to wait for... because this is a elimination cube draft, I have to wait. So I'm going to go get a refill. I will be right back. I was kidding, by the way. I'm not going to time out anybody. That was me reacting to Dry Bomber's Ragavan comment. Dry Bomber, you're totally fine. You're cool. I'll be right back.
Chair stream, chair stream, chair stream, chair stream, chair stream, chair stream, chair stream.
Hey, it still hasn't started yet. Thesis research, you're absolutely correct. The chair's a better Magic player than me, and it would have taken Mystical Tutor.
Stream chess.
That's fantastic. I did, yeah. That's what I was just doing. Apologies. I was snarfing down a biscuit to help offset all the booze I'm consuming. Man, if we'd have gotten a Hallowed Fountain, I would have played Opposition. That's like the one thing we missed, was a Hallowed Fountain. I guess if I had a Flooded Strand, I'd play a basic island, and that would have done it too, but one of those two would have made the circumstance okay. I'm glad we did not take Polluted Delta and instead got Arid Mesa. That I'm glad about. The ideal stream, Porter and Chair. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I can get him to do it. Hang on. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Daddy's good boy. Come here. Come here. Oh. Come here. Can you sit down? See it? There you go. Now you can play Magic instead of me. He's really confused. He's like, I'm having none of that shit. I'm out. Porter, you're a really good boy. Thank you for tolerating Dad when he's being dumb. Okay. Throw the frisbee for you. Right as you get... Oh. Halsey, thank you for resubscribing. You're a wonderful human being, and I appreciate the support. You did, in fact, do a thing. One of those two drops is whack and should probably be path. That's fair. Not really feeling a tinkerless yeah, that's the reason he got scared and jumped out of the chair. Not the fact that he's 75 pounds and never leaves the ground of not his own volition. Although I'm glad I named him Porter, because he does a lot of happy hops. So he's a beer and he's full of hops like a porter. Ha! 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 Anyway. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Daddy's good boy. Come here. Come here. Oh. Come here. Can you sit down? See it? There you go. Now you can play Magic instead of me. He's so confused. Share that clip with my family? Yeah. Alright, I'm going to keep this because we've got a great curve of turn 1 Giver, turn 2 Thalia, turn 3 Sword. Well, turn 4 Sword. I have never made that joke, although I occasionally have called him portable. I've never actually made that joke. He does go traveling with me when I travel. I do not fly him. I always drive. So when I drove 16 hours to officiate a wedding in Sioux Falls, South Dakota recently, he drove with me and he slept the entire time. He's a fantastic traveling companion. He gets in the car and's like, "Where are we going?" "Oh, okay." And then just like conks out and just sleeps the entire time. He's fantastic. He was a super good boy. I ended up having to leave him for the longest time I've ever had to leave him unattended, which was 6.5 hours in the hotel room. He got plenty of play that day. He was super, super tired, and I left him with food and water, of course. And he was such a good boy. He did, nothing went wrong. My opponent has Black Lotus. My opponent is playing Solemn Simulacrum off Black Lotus. Whew. I got really concerned for a moment. And that's a good play. Like, it's not bad, but that could have been so much worse. Rashadin Porter? Oh my god. I'm going to make a custom Magic card for my patrons. Speaking of which, for all the new people, I have a YouTube channel where I play Green Tron all the time because that's what people want to see. And I have a Patreon. So if people want to contribute and you like this kind of madness and you like seeing me play this game, ! social media name will get you to a link. Grinder. Lotus into Sad Robot. Hope you never have to do that. It's kind of disappointing. Tarek sneaking in the Grinder link. I don't have a Grinder. I don't have an OnlyFans. Don't believe what you hear in Twitch chat. Pass the turn. So next turn we get to play Port, which is good because we don't have a 3-drop otherwise. Pia and Kieran. More Gaslight Kano. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Read the cards. I was like, oh, someone didn't read. But they did. At the last minute, they read. Play Rishadan Port. Pass the turn. I mean, like, it's legitimate, right? So if the thing they want to do the most is draw a card, that's the way to go about it. They can attack and I would block. But alright, opponent untaps. On their upkeep, tap Spire Bluff. Am I drinking this? Yeah, I just refilled it. I was going to grab a beer, but I was like, this requires more liquor. This is about that much vodka, and then that much Coke, and then a tiny bit of butterscotch liquor right on top. Okay, opponent attacks in the air for 2. That's reasonable. We untap. We draw more land. Play Plains. Play Sword. No mana. Only throw. Oh, Dry Bomber. That's perfect. Oh gosh, I love it. Oh, I love it so much. My opponent's gonna take Sword of Fire and Ice like a dick. Oh. Uh-huh. I don't like that. No, my deck's own bombs. My only weakness. Yep, there goes Giver of Runes. We untap. Intrepid Adversary. Play Plains. I think I'm going to scoop. I actually don't think I can come back from this. That's a really early scoop in game 1, but we drew like 3 lands. Thalia gets bigger, but it doesn't dodge the shock from the sword.
I remember you bragging that you could remember any Innistrad card based off of name, but can you remember it off of flavor text? If so, try this one. Some have endured the horrors of Innistrad by becoming the worst monsters of all.
Is that Village Cannibals? Yes! I was right! Alright. We're just gonna run it back, no adjustments. But thank you for the bits, Sissia. I took my hands off the keyboard, and that's why I was like this, so people knew I wasn't like trying to search it up. With Hammer in Modern, we should get Dak. The problem is Dak boosts the decks that don't need boosting. That's the real problem. Give me a mono-white 3-drop Planeswalker on power level of Dak, and then we're talking. And that's a really high power level. Oh. If we draw a land, this hand is amazing in terms of aggressiveness. On the power level, not the same abilities. That's very different. I can't keep this. I will lose if I keep this. This I can keep, actually. I will keep this. We will put back a Plains. Let's go. Lead on, student. Pass the turn. Make it Orzhov and token related. Opponent leads on a mountain. We untap. We draw Time Walk. Okay, we have two options. We can play Plains. We can level up. Or we can play Strip Mine and take out the mountain. Let's level up, because we're doing this with this white mana regardless. Yes, Strip Mine first land is actually a reasonable thing to do 99% of the time. The only time it's not is if they have a tech land that somehow would absolutely body you if they played it. And there's no guarantee that that's ever a thing, but... yeah, keeping them off of mana is completely reasonable. So let's go to combat. I'm trying to bait out a lightning bolt or, you know, something like that right now. But like Strip Mine is just really good. Next turn, then, when we level up to level 2, we'll still have access to swords, which is also reasonable. Okay, we did not cut our opponent off red. They had another land. We get a Relic Warder, which will be great if they ever draw a artifact we need to deal with. Attack for 3. Take them down to 16. I'm having a lot of fun with this vintage cube. I don't know if that's outwardly visible, but... show me a signet. Oh! Relic Warder! Man, even if they get back the Chalice, they don't get to multi-kick it again. Arid Mesa. How you doing, Arid Mesa? I'm not going to fetch and level up because that's a minimal benefit. I'm going to leave Arid Mesa uncracked. I don't want them to be able to wasteland before we could Time Walk, which would be, you know, a pretty big deal. I mean, technically I should have attacked in the case of like a Dismember or something there, but... or attacked first, but... this is fine. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play an island. Black Lotus. If this is a Titan that isn't Frost Titan, we can Swords it It's a Glory Bringer. So fetch. Get Tundra. Swords to Plowshares. How's that 5 mana for 4 life treating you? Chain Lightning and Desperation. Alright, we lose our Student of Warfare. I'd really, really like to draw a land for Intrepid Adversary. Giver is fine. I'm just going to fill the board this turn, because the more stuff we have on board, the better Time Walk will be. There's no reason to Time Walk right now. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Opponent goes down to 15. They untap. Urza, Lord High Artificer. That is irritating. We untap. We draw Thalia. Alright, well, this is kind of unfortunate, but play Thalia. Pass the turn. We can still cast Time Walk. Opponent untaps, they draw. They play a mountain. If they spin Urza and they hit a non-creature spell, they can't actually cast it. Goldspan Dragon, okay. Well, that starts giving them treasures, which will increase the size of the construct token. They get a treasure token. No blocks, take 4. We untap. We draw Adeline Resplendent Cathar. That's actually a pretty big deal. This makes our Time Walk huge. Absolutely huge. Pass the turn. I could have attacked there, but I don't want to... I would have to tap Giver of Runes. And I don't really want to do that. I would rather save the Giver of Runes and then do like 2 big swings to win the game. If my opponent gets greedy and attacks with the Construct token, it's also really bad for them. Okay. They attack with Goldspan Dragon. They get another treasure. No blocks. We take 4, go to 11. Seven mana. 9 mana. Oh, God. Oh, no. I think I just lost. Oh, my God. Are you shitting me? This doesn't work, but why not? Give him pro colorless? Oh, what are the odds? What are the odds that my opponent ever has Ugin? Oh my God. Well, we weren't winning. One, 2, 3, 7, 10. We're going to 1. Yeah, it's... Alright, draft number 3, everyone. I thought it would take us longer to get to this portion of the night. But we are now to draft number 3. I need to end the prediction this time? Okay. I could do that. That sucks, because that deck was actually amazing. Okay.
I can't remember cards by name, but me and a friend play a game of guessing 75 cards of modern decks. Can you name all 75 cards something like Hammer Time would run?
I could, but it wouldn't be the most recent Hammer Time list. I can tell you that much. Okay. I could make you a 75 card list of Hammer Time by memory, but not the list currently. Blightsteel Colossus. Technically, the best card in this pack for us to take is Abbot of Carol Keep, because no one should be in mono red. And that would allow us to cut red. Shinobi's fantastic. The problem is it's a really hard deck to make work. We could go mono green. What the? Why is? Oh, that's because Porter moved the green screen. There we go. We'll take Blightsteel Colossus. Mana Crypt. Artifacts. This cube draft is single elimination. That's how this is working. It's not round robin. Yeah, we're definitely taking Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt is better than Soul Ring 90% of the time, especially in Limited. Although it does kill me about half the time I play it, so... no risk, no reward. Ponder is reasonable. The Ponder leaves us open to Tinker. We could take turn 1 Tinker with Mana Crypt. We could just Tinker into Blightsteel, win the game. Soul Ring is the best card in the cube for every deck that isn't aggro. Otherwise, it's Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt is better in the aggro than Soul Ring is. We'll take Ponder. I like Fact or Fiction. We could do like a mono blue artifacts deck. Let's do it. Fact or Fiction. High Tide into Blightsteel is a reasonable thing to do. There's also an Ulamog. Walker would be okay. I think it's High Tide. Let's do the High Tide. We can cut blue a lot harder. If you could say the same for yourself without Mana Crypt, technically there's no downside. We'll take Seagate Stormcaller on the event that we get any of the other Power 9, but we'll see. Seagate Stormcaller, High Tide, and Seagate Stormcaller Ponder are both things that are also fantastic. This is a tremendous, truly stupendous amount of alcohol that I put in this. I'm kind of regretting that slightly. It's not like it's dangerous. It's just a lot. I was apparently... never mind. Blue-green best pile combo in this deck. It's not unreasonable, that's for sure. I think we take Everflowing Chalice. If we're going to do the artifact ramp thing, like the mono-blue artifact ramp deck, it is actually better than Uro. Uro goes in less decks. New Knot Snap. Is that what we're calling Seagate Stormcaller? Knot Snap? Preemptive Snap? As in Snapcaster, not Snap, the spell. That's a different spell. Clearly wants to be Snap, but isn't. Snapcaster should have been a red card. It really should have been. Because, like, at the time, 90% of the recoup effects were red. Battle of Porter versus Kano in Tug. Porter wins. Yeah, he likes to think so. He usually gives up if I actually try hard in the game of Tug. Because I can do Rose with his body weight all day. And he loves it when I do that. Preemptive snap sounds like an ad campaign for Kit Kat where they just snap the bar without opening the packaging. Kano tryharding tug. Lotus Petal's definitely the pick here, 100%. Oh my god, if we can get Tolarian Academy. Tolarian Academy and Tinker, and I'll be a happy man. Do you ever play Pauper? I don't like playing Pauper. I prefer to not play Pauper because the strategies that typically become dominant in Pauper are strategies I don't like playing against. So, I'm not saying it's a bad format, it's just not for me. Now, I have played a couple of trolley decks in Pauper before, but not on camera. And that's kind of how I learned that Pauper was not the format for me. Off-color duel for flashing? Yeah, it's, for flashing. Oh my god. Don't take that out of context, please. If we are playing a second color, that color is green. And out of this pack, we would play Krasis. Course of Portal's fantastic. Us take Kano out of context? I am offended, nay, insulted, sir. Academy Ruins is fine. You want to get into a 60-card format, but you don't want to pay for a 60-card format deck. I have the link to a mono-red deck list that you can play in Modern that is incredibly powerful, that costs $7. If you go to my YouTube and you type 7 tickets mono-red, that is a game playing list. It is absolutely brutally powerful. I don't know in the current metagame, but it would be viable, and it would be worth trying out for $7. I'll take the fixing. None of the other cards we would actually play. Nykthos might be reasonable. Neither. White's wide open. This is why you draft white, because white's wide open. And, yeah, Mana Flare. Alright, this is a good start. I want to play Tron for $7. I don't even think you can buy the Tron lands for $7. If you can... Mox Ruby. Holy crap. Oh no, Manifold! Mox is still more powerful. That's annoying. Manifold is not gonna wheel, but Mox Ruby is so good. We'll take the Mox. We're still looking for Tinker. Bluetron can be done for $7. I stand corrected. Metalworker's funny. Was there a Metalworker? I didn't see the Metalworker. I zoned in on Power 9, 100%. In pack 1. I guess I'd take Phantasmal Image here. I might take Wooded Foothills because this leaves us open to like a Steam Vents. But okay. This is hard. I think Sad Robot's the play. Frost Titan would be great. So would Thirst for Knowledge, and so would Inferno Titan. I'm hoping one of those 3 cards can make it. I think Sad Robot's the card for us. It's still the best card for us. Frost Titan's a way better card. There's no argument there. But I think for us, Sad Robot's the way to go. Mole Drifter's also good. Lion's Eye Diamond, not really. And Mind's Desire. Mind's Desire's not good unless I have all of my 0 drops and can play it on turn 1. Mix him, that's reasonable. If you want to play what's fun for you, you find the format and the best way to do it. But if you're just like, I want to play Constructed, give me a cheap deck for Constructed, I would go $7 mono red. That's what I would do. Actually, what I would play is, if I were building a deck, I would build, with no expectation of winning, I would play Unexpected Results and then just like whatever random 12 drops I could find. That's the deck I would play. I like Lodestone Golem. I think Lodestone Golem's how I'm going to make this work. We don't fill the grave enough for dig through time. We don't play enough storm cards for Baral, and there's no fixing this pack. So Golem it is. Yeah, actually, that makes a lot of sense. Counterspells are really, really bad, so if you can play Chalices instead and going proactive, that's the way you go. That's why Greentron's better right now. It's not the consistency that green offers over blue. It's the fact that there's our Tinker. Kuldaltha Forge Master is a Tinker. I'm hoping Top Wheels. If we were playing blue-green, I'd take Tree Speaker, but Forge Master's better for us. Are there any super cheap mono-white decks? Not in Modern. The mono-white decks that are viable are really, really expensive, and they're not even that good. There might be in Standard, and there might be in Pauper, but I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't even know what I take out of this pack. It might be Wear and Tear. I'm going to take Wear and Tear and put it in the side. Bloom, Vendilion Click, Yorion. Click's decent. We're practically mono blue. Oh, there is mono white heroic. That's true. I forgot that was a thing. Hey, Metalworker. That was pack one. Heroic is a mechanic that triggers whenever you target the creature. So, like, if you cast Moment of Heroism, or if you cast something that targets your own creature, you get a benefit. So the Heroic deck plays a bunch of cheap creatures that gets 1/1 counters whenever you target them. And then it plays, like, some buffs. It plays some really efficient mono-white buffs. So you play like a 1-mana 0/4 that gets a 1/1 counter whenever you target it with a spell. And then you play like protection spells like God's Willing and stuff. It's actually a pretty reasonable deck. Birthing Pod? This is not a pod deck. I'll take Mind's Desire because it's just an alternate way to maybe cast Blightsteel. And if I get like another Eldrazi or something. Unexpectedly Absent, I guess. I'm not playing that card. I hope that answers your question, though, Thesis Research. I'm going to take Divining Top because we don't put enough stuff in the grave for Treasure Cruise. No, the Planeswalkers are here. The problem is Black Lotus! We are taking Black Lotus 100% of the time, and if you disagree with me, you're wrong. Alright. Now that that's out of the way. I didn't even look at the rest of that pack. No, I'm playing Single Elimination, which I think has slightly different packs. It also takes a different pick order because what you're going to be playing against is expected to be different. Oh, there is an Oko. I think Miscalc is better for us, though. God, I hope I can find a Tinker. Well, I have Krasis. Miscalc's really good. I'll take Oko. Scalding Tarn. Scalding Tarn would be really good if I had a Breeding Pool or a Tropical Island. I'm going to take Coalition Relic because it's an artifact that also fixes for green. Gaia's Cradle, no. Prime Time, maybe. I have Black Lotus. I'm taking Mind Twist. That's really not up for debate. Trinket Mage is fine, but Mind Twist. Inkwell Leviathan would be great if I had Tinker, but I'm going to take Time Spiral. I have High Tide. Best gun in the game. Hell yeah. Time Spiral, High Tide, Black Lotus. Let's go. I have 4 cards that are on the level of Power 9. If I can't win this time around, prediction spoiler, there's no hope. None. Time to bet doubt, Tarek. What's the timeout command again? You're expecting us to have hope? No, I'm expecting you to lose. Snapcaster Mage or Charticourse. Or Basalt Monolith. Don't do it, Sigma. It's what he wants. We've got... crap. I think it's Basalt too, but I'm kind of reluctant about that. Snap has Ponder and High Tide, but we don't have enough targets. Yeah, we'll just take the ramp. Because, like, Basalt, we can play turn 1 off of, like, Land Mana Crypt, which is pretty good. This is pretty obviously a probe pick. That's not budget at all. That's not even close to budget. If you're trying to build a budget deck, but without budget considerations, if you can swing his playset of Urza Saga, Affinity is good. Like, those are 2 conflicting things at the same time. Oh, have they actually come down online? That's $200. $200 for playset. Turnabout? Wormcoil. We're going to need win conditions. I got to take Wormcoil. Turnabout's great because we can name Artifact and just get 1 billion mana, but I got to take the Wormcoil. I love butterscotch liquor. Mystical Tutor might actually be reasonable if we had Tinker, which we don't. I do love Porter. Porter's great. He's the greatest. That's what I said. Butterscotch. There's nothing wrong with her scotch. Take the Mystical Tutor. Caracas was the pick. It was the pick. I took Mystical Tutor and it was wrong. Let's throw a bunch of crap inside. You're a good boy, Porter. Porter's a good boy. Yes, he is. Have I seen Enigma? Enigma D's nuts. I have no idea what you're talking about right now, actually. I'll take Emery because she's vaguely artifact related, and Relic for the same reason. Wolf Strider into the side. Oh my god, Sigma, I just remembered you have a dog named Jaeger and he's adorable. Oh my god, I could recur Lotus with Emery. We're playing Emery. Tinkerless artifacts. Let's go. This deck is going to be terrible. This deck is the highest power cards we've yet to draft, and it will be awful. Where we're going, we don't need Tinker. And that's when I said Tinker. I don't even know her. Cut the wooded foothills because it fetches nothing. Group creatures separately. What the hell am I looking at? It's funny how people are like, as Kano progresses through beer. I've drank no beer. Actually, I drank a beer before I got on the stream today, but... Oh my god. He's grown so big! Look at him! Look at that happy dog. Oh, thanks, Sigma. No punts on... Kano's drunker than he has been on stream for a while. 0 punts on the board so far. So Mox Ruby is a land. Mana Crypt is a land. Let's see. Top and Stormcaller. That's actually reasonable. I need to cut 2 more cards. 1 punt is 1 shot. Come on, Kano. I would die. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I can't actually. It's against the Twitch terms of service. I can't do it. Sorry. You cannot consume alcohol at the request of Twitch chat. Mind's Desire and O-Stone. Yeah, okay, Mind's Desire is really only good if we hit Colossus. We have a lot of X spells where Mind's Desire is not good. I actually kind of like O-Stone. Alright. Yeah, let's do it. I'd never request you drink for my amusement. Just request to let me watch. So many value artifacts in play, you won't want to blow it up. That's fair. Oh, mix them. Well, thanks for stopping in, buddy. It was good to have you. Shared Fate and your patron deck list request coming soon. I actually like doing these single elimination drafts, despite the fact that I've blown so much money actually just trying to join one and not won anything. Simply because it gives me a little bit of time to think and interact with chat. And take breaks. Okay, Dry Bomber, that's a really controversial take. Think. Those air quotes are really aggressive looking. Thesis Research, thank you for joining the Discord. You're gonna have a good time, promise. I like how everybody was like, put up a prediction, and then nobody bet until right now. I got some sharp fingernails. Yeah, that's them quotes for you. The Ragavan does all of my thinking, yes. I ought to buy a playset of Ragavan just to show you how badly I could stomp on the metagame if I did. I have terrible, horrible ideas for what to do with Ragavan, but cannot justify buying them. Because it's like $200 or $300 for a playset on Moto. I'm not gonna buy Ragavan's drunk or tipsy or any amount of impaired because I wouldn't do it sober. And even drunk me knows that. You might? Nah. And before he's banned a month after Wizards is done making money off MH2? He might be. He's too strong. He does too much. See, when they told me that there would be direct to modern sets that were printed, I was expecting cards on the power level of like Enduring Ideal or what's another good example? What was like a tier 3 deck at the time, right? Like I was expecting like we would get one Snapcaster per modern set and then like 5 Enduring Ideals. That was what I wanted with a direct to modern set. And then reprints. The Lord of the Rings sets direct to modern. Oh my god, we're gonna get Speak Friend and Enter. And it's gonna be Destroy Target Wall. Just watch. There is a Lord of the Rings set coming, and it is a direct to modern print set. It's gonna be Modern Horizons 3. Lord of the Ring flavored. Oh my god. I was like, man, I can't wait for Hogak 2 that you can like Hogak 2 will have companion, affinity for cards in exile, and like something other dumb. The One Ring is Legendary Soul Ring, but modern legal. They will never print that. They will never print that because it would be an auto-include in every deck, even if it was legendary. Every deck would play it. And that was the ban reason for frickin' Mental Misstep, is that every deck would play it. There's no deck it's not good in. Second Breakfast would actually just be Second Sunrise. It'd be Second Sunrise with some alternate cost. Just watch. I don't know if you guys know, but these mugs are actually huge. They're not my biggest mugs either. I have a set of 4 even larger mugs. And those mugs hold 4 liters of liquid each. Yes, I have a set of 4 Bavarian beer steins that are glass. They hold 4 liters each. Well, that's the thing, is they're starting to... So, what they're doing is they're designing for Pioneer like they used to design for Modern. And so they're lowering the power level of Standard, which is fine. I think actually lower power Magic is more fun to play because, like, games last longer, you do silly things, and then if you do assemble something powerful, it's fun. So I have no problem with that. And they're designing for Modern now like they used to design for Legacy, which is to say they don't. They just make whatever they want and make it playable. The same way that they added cards directly to Legacy with Commander decks. So... Words Kano will regret. Oh no. What is this? Ring, but modern. The One Ring is Legendary Soul Ring, but modern legal. They will never print that. They will never print that because it would be an auto-include in every deck, even if it was legendary. Every deck would play it. The One Ring is Second Breakfast would be a 2-mana Protean Hulk that has Flash and just sacks itself. How am I playing 11 islands and have no islands in my opener? This is a mulligan, by the way, because we have like 3 Power 9 cards that are not in our opener. Hey! Keep. Put back an island. Now all we need to do is draw Black Lotus and turn 1 Mind Twist our opponent to death. Opponent suspends Rift Sower. plays a Mox Jet. We untap, draw Time Spiral, play an island, pass the turn. Rift Sower taken down. We only need one? Question mark. Untap, draw an island, play a forest, play Mana Crypt. Play Lodestone Golem. That's just bigger Thalia. Bigger, uglier Golem Thalia. And now my opponent has to pay 1 if they want to cast Rift Sower. Tropical Island. Uglier. What does that have to do with anything? Alright. Coin flip. Tails never fails. Let's go. We lose the flip. Damn it. Draw an island. Play an island. Go to combat. Attack for 5. Got him. 15. Pass the turn. Alright. Show me the Black Lotus. Thalia is very pretty, so it's easier to be uglier than she is. That's true. Thalia is gorgeous, I will say. Deranged Hermit. How dare you, opponent. Alright, Mana Crypt flip. Tails never fails. We lose the flip again. We draw Hydroid Krasis. Well, the good news is Hydroid Krasis at least gains us some life. Hey, Swamp lets us cast Mind Twist. 5-color humans, no regrets. 2 out of 10 would not date. What? What? What she does to everyone else trying to do things, she's ugly on the inside? Are you kidding me? She's actively preventing people from being degenerate combo players. And that's the most beautiful thing of all. Oh god, there's nowhere good for this conversation to go. None. She just wants that mana tithe, yo. Kano says as he actively plays Dragonstorm. Yes, it's literally a reprint of Guardian of Thraben. I'm not even making that up. It's Thalia, Guardian of Thraben in Crimson Vow. I love it because Bone Daddy was like, I just want a Thalia as playable as Guardian of Thraben. And it's like the monkey's paw finger curls. It just reprints that Thalia. It's great. Alright, opponent does not do anything with that forest. We untap. Alright, Mana Crypt flip. Tails never fails. We win the flip finally. Draw High Tide. Okay, there's only one thing we can legally do with this hand. Play a swamp. High Tide. Oh, I have to pay mana. Hang on. High Tide. 7 mana, Time Spiral. Opponent only has 2 cards in hand, so Twist is not that great. Untap all our lands. Well, this was awful. Play Coalition Relic. Pass the turn. That was the worst Time Spiral in existence. There were so many things we could have drawn there. The Reanimator? Are you talking about Esper Reanimator in Modern? You mean you didn't want 4 lands? The problem is I just gave my opponent 7 cards that are probably way better than what I have. I did. I did. She's fantastic. Black Lotus Channel Fireball. Oh, hang on. Sorry. There we go. I forgot I had a capital S. Time warp? You can't just time warp me. Alright, Sigma, I'm listening. Give me your evil take over the world plan. Opponent goes to combat. They attack for a lot. Trade and block. Can't tell you here. I don't want anyone to take it. It's real too. Whisper me on Discord. God. Arlen Pax Hope. Oh no, I'm dead. I am actually dead, aren't I? I'm dead to a frickin' time warp. How dare you use temporal magic against me, master of all time warps. Alright. Block there. Yep, die. Okay. Alright, game 2. Run it back. No adjustments. Bring it on, opponent. Bring in O-Stone? Never. Perfect. Sideboarding is simply conceding you weren't right the first time. It's a complete rookie mistake. Oh my god. Your logic is infallible. We keep a hand with Black Lotus, right? I could turn one Factor Fiction, it would just be awful. I do have the Wombo combo of Emery Lotus. Alright, we'll keep. Okay. So first, we probe. Okay, new plan. Oop. Yeah, no, this is fine. Your move, opponent. Ah, an island. Good choice. Soul Ring? That's illegal. You can't just accelerate like that after I play a turn 1 Ogo. Alright. Says the man about to play a bunch of other stuff. Play Mana Crypt. This'll learn him. Exchange control of target artifact or creature with target creature and opponents. Oh, I can't swap for their artifacts? Lame. Okay. Animate the food. Go to combat. Smack him. Kick once. Pay with Mana Crypt. Then play Emery. Mill. Pass. I could play Wormcoil next turn. The elk is a food? That seems wrong. If you're a vegan, maybe. Vegetarian? Why am I such trash? Oh, gosh. Uh-oh. What? They just stole my Oko! I'm so outraged at this! What is this garbage? Oh my god, Mana Crypt! Don't fail me now! Alright, thank you. Oko, more like, oh no! Oh god, what do I do? I could play Forge Master out of the grave, and that'll allow me to get Blightsteel, so that's probably what I should do. Go to combat. Attack Oko so they don't swap for my freaking Forge Master. Oko elks it before then? That's fine. Someone get the Joseph Jost. I need a stream deck and a soundboard. That's what I need right now. So, fun fact. My impulse control when it comes to fiscal purchases and food consumption is terrible now that I'm unmedicated for my ADD again. And I almost spent $300 4 separate times the last time I went to Best Buy to buy a $20 object, and I am so frustrated. But one of the things I almost bought was a stream deck, and that's why I remember it. They are expensive. Can we donate to you for the stream deck? If you guys want to, I'm not going to stop you. Like, I generally recycle the funds that I get from Patreon donations, Twitch subs, all that stuff. Generally goes back into the channel. It doesn't get spent on extraneous stuff. And I tend to dump way more money than that into the channel because of the amount of cards and stuff I acquire. I just animated that food. Alright, we untap. Mana Crypt. Tails never fails. We win the flip. We draw a Lodestone Golem. Let's... I guess replay Black Lotus? So that gives me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Play Coalition Relic. And then... I can't play Lodestone Golem without sacking Lotus, so I'm just going to wait. I'm going to get him with the surprise Tinker. A link to the chat. Thank you for Thesis Research for subscribing. You're a wonderful human being, and I appreciate the support. They're elking my Emery. All right. So for those who don't know what I'm talking about, this is a Stream Deck. It's a remappable macro keyboard. A lot of streamers do this. It's a remap. Oh, I'm actually in the wrong freaking view. Like, chat's not been on stream for I don't know how long now. It's a remappable LCD keyboard. So like each button, you can like navigate into folders and stuff with the buttons. But generally you use it to like activate a soundboard, and it's so that you don't have to tie up any of the keys on your main keyboard because you use them for whatever you're primarily doing. But you can use it as like a little macro system. So you can set up soundboards, you can set up quick, if you're doing video editing, you can set up quick video editing. You can set up screen transitions and all that stuff. And in general, it's, you know, it's a good time. Dry Bomber. I have had it up to here with your puns. Oh, I'm hoping they attack with everything they got, and then we sneak attack this Titan and kill them. Also, I'm glad I looked up that Stream Deck just now, because the one that they wanted to charge me $250 for at Best Buy is nowhere near actually that expensive. The $150 one. I was thinking about getting the Stream Deck XL, which is probably super overkill, but I'd never have to upgrade for it. I think it's $250. I think that's the one I was looking at Best Buy. But I'm not even sure that that's the one, like... I'm not even sure that that's like... So, okay. Sidebar. The current problem that I'm having is I don't know what the best way to upgrade my stream is currently. And I've got, like, a few different things in mind. So, like, I could get a more expensive computer. That's a consideration. I could get, we need to kill Oko here. So, like, I could get a more expensive computer. I almost bought a $2,500 laptop. Um, but like, because I can't afford the desktop that I want. Because the desktop that I buy next, I'm probably not going to have to upgrade for a long time. It's okay if Oko survives. The problem is if I attack my opponent, they block enough to not take lethal infect damage. If we attack Oko and they elk our Blightsteel, that's ultimately okay. Okay, then we pass. So it's like, new computer. I can't afford the desktop, supply chain issues, graphics card price, all that stuff. So maybe I buy a laptop. Problem is the laptop's really expensive, and it would basically wipe out my savings. So it's like, that kind of acts as a stopgap to get me to the computing power I need. But then if I use it for streaming, and I was like, I don't know if that's what I want to do. Okay. So then I was like, well, I'm going to buy a 3D printer. And I ended up dropping a very small amount of money on like a budget. Turn off auto yields. I have factor fiction. I'm not going to factor fiction this turn, but I am going to charge up coalition relics, so I still need to shut off auto yields. Laptops are also not really upgradable. Yeah, that's reasonable. I wasn't expecting to like use it forever, but I need portable computing of some kind. So I thought about buying a Chromebook because I was like, I can drop a couple $100 on a Chromebook to like give myself the ability to be portable with my technology, which is fine because like if I need to do any heavy computing, I can remote it in my desktop, and that's great. And then I don't have to spend a bunch of money doing this like weird half solution to my other problems. So I went to go look at Chromebooks, and I was so frustrated because the Chromebook that I thought about buying was $250. It was perfect. The keyboard was fine. It was comfortable, whatever to use. And then I got really frustrated because the frickin'... Well, that's true. Black Friday's coming up. I should keep an eye out on Black Friday. There was another Chromebook that had like 5 times... It was actually like a little laptop. It had like 5 times the processing power of this Chromebook that I was thinking about purchasing, for literally like $25 more. But the problem was the Chromebook itself, like the monitor was weird, the keyboard was super uncomfortable, and I was so pissed off about this, I got frustrated and just went to a different section of Best Buy because I was like, F this, I don't want to deal with it. And then I almost bought LED stand-up lights, but I have one 15-amp circuit here in the basement, and I'm using the only plugs. And I'm kind of drawing really close to the maximum power, so it's like, can't do that. Then I almost bought a UPS for battery backup and power smoothing, because I was like, that would help keep my other technology alive for longer, but that's also another $200 purchase, and I was like, I can't convince myself to buy that. Then I almost bought a Stream Deck. Then I almost bought a whole bunch of LED lighting, unrelated to the LED stand-up lights I was just talking about, and each one of these things was like $300. And like, this is how I think, is like without being on medication. And I realized like whatever coping mechanisms I had prior to being medicated, I have completely forgotten. So it's making this extra, like a ton of extra struggle to deal with this stuff, and it's so much extra stress. And so I've got like all these competing interests, and all of these things could help upgrade my life, my experience, my stream, whatever. And I don't know how to weigh them against ourselves. Our own Oko won our opponent the game? Yeah, absolutely. It definitely did. Why can I list that as... Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're going to block and put Blightsteel back in the deck in hopes that we actually can somehow get it on the board again. Decision paralysis with things that feel pricey? Absolutely. It's so tough. And the problem is I've actually saved up money for these things. So I thought about buying a 3D printer, but then I got talked out of it. Like, I was going to buy an expensive 3D printer so I could print large format. Oh my god, it actually doesn't. Its replacement effect doesn't trigger. Wow, I got kind of blown out there. But like, I was going to buy a large format 3D printer, but like I can't justify purchasing it because I'm going to move. And when I move, that's like its own set of problems, right? So let's... I think they can animate... Celestial Colonnade and kill something. But I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna kill the Oko, hopefully. Oh, never mind. They can just flash into Ranged Hermit. Okay, so if you guys think a Stream Deck or a Stream Deck will help, and you want to donate, Sigma says he'll match the chat's donation to the Stream Deck. When I'm not drunk, and the next time I stream, I can set up a donation goal. Yeah, Arlen apparently gave them the ability to flash creatures. They only had one card left in their hand. It was super bad for us. So what I ought to do, the correct choice for all of this stuff that's stressing me out about how to improve, I need to make a list, and then I need to consult my local experts. So for for the personal stuff, I can consult the other software engineers in my life. I have 3 or 4 other guys that are great resources for that. For the stream stuff, I can consult my mod team. I can consult my Twitch chat. I can consult my Discord and say, hey, what do you guys think will be the best upgrade? And then kind of use that to that feedback from the creator side to help figure it out. That's really what I should be doing. Is not sitting here and being frustrated with why can't I hold all of these upgrade ideas. Doubts paid off. Well, I'm drunk. It's not surprising. Maybe today is the day, Kano. I gotta do the prediction? Yeah, that's fine. I'll do the prediction. This deck was insane. The last 3 decks we've had have been insane. And really, I haven't punted that badly. I've punted because I'm Kano. But I haven't punted that badly. Like the Time Walk white deck, we should have won with. That deck was crazy. We don't have a punt on the counter? I feel like I've punted. Have I not punted? Have I just gotten unlucky this whole time? Alright. Alright. Alright, prediction completed. Should we add a punt to be safe? Safe from what? Oh, gosh. Alright. Hang on. If a punt happens in the forest and no one uses a chat command, did it ever really happen? Okay. I am out of event tickets. And I need to restart the client. But, oh god, I'm out of event tickets. Let me double check really quick. If I'm completely out of event tickets, we should probably just play marbles. I shouldn't be making any purchases. Hey, buddy. How you doing? I am completely out of event tickets, and I have no play points. We should probably play marbles. I'm also sufficiently intoxicated such that future Magic playing will be less than ideal. Alright, so for those of you who are unaware, generally I finish off streams by playing marbles on stream. Has anybody here not played marbles? Because it's a lot of fun. In fact, for everyone's benefit while it's loading up, all you have to do is, when I tell you, you type !play, we all race marbles down a virtual track, and I'll shoutcast over it like it's Marble NASCAR. It's fantastic. Oh, hang on. Yeah, just like that. When I tell you. One second. Why is that? Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Porter, you're a good boy. Alright, everybody. Exclamation point play in the chat if you want to join this marble race. You get a marble with your name on it. And we'll all race together. Neff! Holy crap, Neff, you're here. Alright, we've got a total of 6 racers this time, myself included. 7 racers. Alright. Here we go. All right, in first, in an early lead is Dick Record. Quickly overtaken by Nefertiti with Six Sigma and close in second. Six Sigma overtaking Neff. Neff overtaking Six Sigma down the back stretch with a quite early lead. Closely followed behind by Six Sigma, followed by Dick Record, followed by myself. This is a very boring track, so there's not a lot of crazy crap that I can say. Meanwhile, Tarek in last. For Thesis Research now in last. Sad Steve now in last. Neff still in first, bouncing off the side wall. And we're on to lap 2. Several people fighting for first, but Neff still in a commanding lead. You can see myself highlighted back there for reasons unknown. Neff's still in first, followed by Dick Record. Activate the boost. Neff looks like he's losing control. Uh-oh, he's about to be overtaken by Dick Record, but Dick Record has a lower angle of attack on that corner, which is just not going to be enough to make it around the corner in time. Overtaken by myself, now in first, somehow unknowingly. I wasn't watching close enough, so I can't tell you how it happened. The angle of attack on that turn was quite awful. I'm not going to be surprised if I get overtaken here. However, it doesn't look like that's about to happen. I might actually make it. And it looks like Kano takes first and Neff takes second. Second place, beginner's luck. All right. We're going to go to another random track. Rigged Demandarica. I don't know why, but I keep finishing like first. All right. Exclamation point play if you want to join the second race of this time. I'll wait for a moment so I don't have to click join right away. Your username does total up into a number of points, so if you are here for all of these races, you get more points over time, which will get tallied up at the end of the season, which I think is worth nothing but bragging rights. Imagine spending all those rounds with time walk effects and only figuring out now how to take a turn. Damn. Alright, you can still join during the countdown. 10 more seconds if you want to join this race. And they're off. Currently in first, For Thesis Research, close behind, Dick Record now in first. It's a dead heat as we all spiral down the drain. Who's going to make it first? It's anyone's guess. It's anyone's guess. Oh, it's still... Oh, we're almost there. Angular momentum is a hell of a drug, kids. Anyone's game. Anybody can make it around the drain. Oh my gosh. I prefer cocaine, but you do you. And for thesis research is first out of the gate, followed by Dick Record, followed by Tarek. Tarek and Dick Record jockeying for position down opposite sides of the chute. And we're over the bumps and down the boost. Tarek way ahead, getting launched by the boost, dodging all of the obstacles down the center of the V. For thesis research is a distant second. Tarek is way ahead. Followed by myself in third place. Tarek still in first. Let's see if he can handle these upcoming obstacles. Tarek needs to be banned because Tarek is OP. Tarek overtaken by Dick Record, who unfortunately will not be finishing on this track after bouncing out of bounds. Tarek making it over the second list of bumps down the final chute. I think I'm still in the funnel. Neff, you're actually not that far behind. Tarek making it through the pegs. Oh no, getting caught up on the final funnel. For thesis research coming up in close second. Tarek does look like he'll be finishing first here. With myself maybe in second place. It's almost a dead heat, but Tarek will in fact get first as they go into the final cup. Neff in third, and for thesis research in fourth, followed by Sad Steve, it would appear. Six Sigma rounding the bend, and Dick Record, unfortunately, a do not finish. Tarek, you are the winner of the second race. As we move on to the third. Alrighty, exclamation point play in the chat if you want to join for the third race of the round. Points are only good for the night. No, it keeps for a whole season. Whatever a season is, I have no idea, but it keeps for a whole season. Alrighty, 10 seconds if you're in the chat and you haven't joined yet. Now is the opportunity. And down they go. Nefertiti taking an early lead due to placement, however, immediately getting displaced. Sad Steve now in the lead as he goes down the Plinko machine of death. Tarek taking another lead, dodging most of the obstacles on the way down, however, being overtaken by For Thesis Research as they dodge the cones into the spike pit of death. Sad Steve hitting the rubber uprights and taking the far left path. For Thesis Research taking the far right path along with Six Sigma. As those two jockey for position, Tarek takes the far outside chute into the long way around. It's still anyone's race, folks. No way I don't yeet myself out of this track. And Neff taking first. Having taken a shorter route, immediately falling down the chute. Swirl in the bowl. Now down and around the corner. On the slow transitioning track, down the multiple loops into the soup strainer of death. For Thesis Research, a distant second currently, and easily making it through. Oh, being deflected in the final moments. And around the bend. Oh, Sad Steve with a sudden upset going through the cannon into the rubber forest, hitting the sideways boost, but not being knocked out of the track. Dodging the second sideways boost, Sad Steve still in first, but with a long winding path. Oh, hitting the bumpers. Neff now taking first, bumping off the bumpers, and Dick Record having the most shallow of bumps down into the final chute. Now they're off to the legendary bumper chute. And Dick Record yeeting himself over the side. Followed by For Thesis Research actually taking first. Myself here in second. Will I make it? I do. And Six Sigma in third. Can he make it through the bumper chute? And it's good. With Tarek in fourth. The others do not finish. I hope you guys enjoy my shoutcasting, because this is fun. That was a roller coaster of emotions. That was a lot of upsets right at the end, wasn't there?
Oh, who's my good boy? Porter's my good boy. Yes, he is. He's a good doggy.
All right. Exclamation point play if you want to join this next race. Alrighty, you can still join during the countdown, but countdown starts now, 10 seconds. 200 points left, and then you play Bluetron. Oh, good. And we're off, starting in the Tesla Funnel Roulette Wheel of Death. We're going to follow Six Sigma on their journey towards the drain. Looks like it's going to be a quick drop. We're losing momentum quickly. And in first is Dick Record, followed by Six Sigma, followed by myself. Someone got electrocuted. I'm not sure what that does, but Dick Record's still in first. Myself taking second. Six Sigma taking the outside path. We've got Four Thesis Research very far behind, still trying to make it out of that tunnel. Dick Record now down the long loop-de-loop around the Tesla coil. Six Sigma close behind him, and it's still anyone's race. Apparently, I have died. Uh-oh, Tarek's out too. What is happening to these people? Four Thesis Research still circling the drain. Dick Record currently in first, though may not be for long. Can Dick Record make it through this track without yeeting himself for the fourth time in a row? Dry Bomber and Neff both dropping out of this race for one reason or another, still unknown. Might be related to the electricity. Dick Record now slowing to a crawl. Six Sigma coming up behind. Dick Record still crawling, currently energized, speeding up. Sigma just took out a marble. It is now between Dick Record and Six Sigma as they round the second round of Tesla coils. Dick Record still in first. There's going to be a lot of do not finishes in this race, folks. They are going down the same chute. It is just Dick Record and Six Sigma for an actual finish to this race. Let's hope one of them can get it. Dick Record in the lead, followed by Six Sigma. Six Sigma has a much higher angular velocity. Will it be enough? And it will not. Dick Record takes first, Six Sigma takes second, and everyone else did not finish. Whew. Alrighty. We're off to, I think I'm good for maybe one, maybe two more races. We'll see. Alrighty, you know the rules. Exclamation point play if you want to join this race. This may be the final race of the night. Oh, one on finishing races. Alright, that's 5, 6 racers, 7 racers, 8 racers. Alrighty, we're starting the countdown. 10 seconds if you still want to join. Exclamation point play in the chat. And they're off. Dick Record starting in first, but that's only because Neff started lowest on the chute. Neff hitting the boost, a few people did not. Some of the lower angular velocities may actually make it down the drain first. And it's still anyone's race. For thesis research, looking to be the one who might make it down the drain first. And they are. For thesis research in the lead, followed by Six Sigma, second out of the pocket, followed by Dick Record. We have our top three. For thesis research, expertly taking these curves. Porter, you are a good boy. And hitting the boost. Six Sigma and For thesis research jockeying for position in first. But whose ball will take it? For thesis research still barely making it over the bump. Sigma also close behind. Oh, they both expertly dodge the pegs. They're still dodging around this. Oh my gosh, loop. Dick Record in third. Both of them make it over the second group of pegs, now down and around the second loop-to-loop. Still followed by Dick Record. It's anyone's race. Oh no, Six Sigma getting caught up. For thesis research taking a commanding lead. And Tarek now coming around the loop. For thesis research drops out into the bowl, followed by Six Sigma. Oh no, the angle of attack was not that great. They are now down to the second strainer, immediately hitting the peg and dropping into first place was For thesis research, followed by Six Sigma for the second place. Dick Record coming in at what appears to be third place. Oh no, now they're all dropping. Tarek making third, followed by Neff, followed by Dick Record. Followed by Sad Steve, followed by... And it's me, followed by Dry Bomber in 8th. Everybody finishes. Alrighty then. My voice has had it. I can feel it. So I'm going to have to call it there. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Mixum and Sissia, for donating bits. Thank you to Ocean Infinity and Halsey for resubscribing. You're all wonderful human beings, and I appreciate the support. Thank you to everybody who joined the Discord. And remember, I have a YouTube and a Patreon. If you want to support me in other ways and you want to see more content, those are the places to go. You're all wonderful human beings. Hope to see you again next time. Bye.